Hey guys, how's it going? December 2nd, 2020. Oh, YouTube's at it again. You know, when you only have, how would you say? I have some videos that, because I don't use Facebook, well, let's just say I have friends who are posting on certain groups on Facebook. Well, of course, they get a lot of exposure. If Facebook was not constantly trying to tell me what it is I'm supposed to like and all this other crap, and taking wow and taking how would you say, taking everything I'm saying or commercial like Google, whatever the hell it is, and trying to shove it down my throat. And I understand they have to make money, I guess, but taking personal information, you name it. I got rid of Facebook a long time ago because of that. YouTube I didn't get rid of, but the reason why I didn't get rid of YouTube is because there's so many contributors that are on YouTube. I'm starting to get into other ones, but it's going to take time until others start moving over to those platforms. And one of them will eventually, hopefully, gain enough traction to hopefully end this crap because this is bullshit. So, this was popped up, if it's still available, and it is a Donald Trump on his channel basically giving his opinion as far as not just his opinion, but some of the evidence as far as the numbers, a couple charts he mentions. He just goes over the whole freaking thing as to why he feels the election has been stolen. And I say why he feels. I believe it has been, but I'm not crying. This is a done thing. It's got to be proven. Unfortunately, it has just knowing in your gut that yeah, this got stolen. So for 4 years they complained, oh yeah, that the Russians got involved. They never put any proof, and eventually it was all, you know, a bunch of crap, really. But they drove him through. So it was a good video, anyways. I watched it, but then something started occurring to me as I was going through the video. I started reading some of the comments, and there was a lot of comments saying that the views was locked at 495,491. So we'll see if they've changed now, but watch very carefully. This is the likes. This has been going up like crazy. We're very close to getting over that. So if I refresh this, watch what happens. 495, 491, 152,000 likes. I'll refresh it.
Thank you. This
And we're
may
up to
be
163,000. We're still at 495,491. If you think that's odd enough, well, take a look in the comments. 4 minutes ago. 49,491 views for the past 20 minutes. This is exactly why we need to restrict the power of big tech. 495, 491. Everybody is talking about that number. If they're just in there commenting 495, 491, 495, 491, they start throttling because they don't want this to gain steam. I assure you that even with 163,000, I don't know if this is being throttled at all, but 490. Let's see if the dislikes go up too.
Thank you. This may
I think the
be
dislikes
the
went up
most
by
important
about
speech I've
not a
ever made.
thousand, by about a
I
hundred.
want to
So
provide an update.
the majority, obviously, there's a big discrepancy because people who are following Donald J. Trump is going to be looking at this, and those that aren't or not interested won't be. So nobody but Don followers are going to realize that that's there, um, unless they're purposely trying to find it, and that's how the censorship begins. So you want to invite everybody to use your platform, but then you want to just throttle everything, and they apparently can do that in their terms of service. That's fine. They can do whatever the hell they want, but then things that okay, yeah, okay, they're a company, they can do whatever they want, but there's also rules as far as um, being a publisher versus being a service. Anyways, I won't get into any more of that crap. Enough of that. I just thought I'd show that, but that's just one of the many things that just. And of course, the mainstream media, for the majority, none of them's covering it. But you know, they'll cover when Joe Biden breaks his toe or whatever the hell else is going on with him. But whatever. Yeah. Gotta love the system. So, let me just minimize this. Get some screens here. Try to avoid all this crap. Nothing new and exciting. I'm under a lot of crappy wet. Although it was better today, it was just windy as usual, so once again, screwed out of it. What do we got here? Just looking at the winds here. Well, we'll see how it goes for tomorrow, but it doesn't look promising. Sunday looks like the best day right now, unfortunately, because everything else is just constantly just wind, 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 unfortunately. But, anyways, that's Niagara Falls in the background there, in case you're wondering. Little drone footage just outside that little two mile radius or whatever. But yeah, it's not too much going on. It's kind of crazy what's happening between this and the COVID scare and all this other garbage that's going on these days. Honestly, it gets to the point where I almost just want to, you know, even the stuff that I believe is happening, I just don't want to hear about it anymore. It's getting to the point where I'm just tired of it. Um, so why am I talking about it? Well, I guess I'm just venting. So what else is new? Um, I don't know what else I wanted to talk about, to be quite honest. I had other things I was going to talk about tonight. I was going to go on live stream, and I don't know what the hell I was going to talk about. Who knows? Nothing else much happening. It's important. Like if you look at some of the videos, trying to like and subscribe is going to keep things going. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this on YouTube, to be honest. I'm just getting burnt out by, I don't mind doing it for myself, and that's fine and dandy, and I love to continue to keep how would you say uh, keep a presence. Just being able to record these videos and be able to do things for myself is fine, and I can continue to do that because I'm gonna look back and enjoy these things. Always look back at certain things. Um, I generally, for myself, I don't look back so much at older videos. Like once I've recorded the video, yeah, it's there, but I tend to watch it a few times and then that's about it. Can I get rid of this stupid thing? Gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I'll miss out. Thank you. Screw off. Stupid ass pop-ups. Oh, I love that. I love that shot right there. It's that was on the windy day. That was fun. Yeah, I had one day where or one night where it died down a little bit. The last two videos I took, and unfortunately at night there just wasn't much to take too much onto, I guess. I'm gonna feel the winter laws, I guess you would call it. But that's just the way I am. Like I've been on Train Sim forum lately, and I haven't been on the Iran Trains forum. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing on Train Sim forum? And it just seems to be simpler, not as much to keep up with. I guess the Iran Trains forum, it's just so busy with new content all the time, and I haven't really been into trains lately. And it's not because I don't want to be in trains; I actually do. But for now, I really don't have all the data that I need. Um, I've got some, but I think with the drone, this drone is an incredible tool. Except I'm at this time of year now, how many opportunities I'm going to get to really get into some of the areas and see what it's like from a 3D view. When you're looking above, like like I am in a picture like this, um, that's a top down view. So this is kind of, well, obviously it won't be in this much detail, but it's you that's the other thing is you can really get into some certain details very easily. Um, so you just follow a main line or whatever. But here's a perfect example. When you're going into something like that, you can see just by that the road is higher than the water, um, what the tree lines look like, for example. If it looked like, if from above you wouldn't see, like, okay, how tall are the trees per se, uh, based on some of the smaller ones or whatever that are along the canal there, for example. Uh, I mean, that's probably not the best example. There's others that are in there, but trying to get a view, a perspective view as you're traveling just above an area is really nice because it allows you to see things that you just don't see on Google Earth. Like, for example, here's a perfect example actually. Um, yeah, I can see. You're not going to be able to see the detail of say, for example, those signal towers from anything other than Street View, which you don't always get, or the side of the building, for example. You're not going to be able to get that detail. You're only going to be able to get that detail if you are in a drone. There's no Street View that allows you to see that. So that's something that only a drone image can get. And I'm especially true here because I am in a rail yard that's off limits to taking pictures. So this is perfect area where I can get all kinds of details. Uh, what the trees are looking like, what type of trees, um, etc. Now this one, for example, down here, it's a little bit further up, so you don't really get to see the details much. The further up you are, you get more of a panoramic view, so you can't really pinpoint out details so much. Though you can see how a bridge looks like, for example, like that lift bridge. You won't be able to see that necessarily. Although Street View, you're probably going to get a good shot at it if you're watching that at least. Street View is very powerful, but you have to be near streets in order to get it. So if you're anywhere else, it's you're basically, it's just like, for example, when I was flying over Dane City and I was able to see the operation and what everything looked like as far as the various what is it? The loaders, for example, being able to see that gave me a whole new perspective of what the operation in Dane City would look like. Seeing what it looks like at night is another one. That's fairly good. Like where's where the lighting is, how does it look? Because you're not getting a night image per se. You're getting an image of probably daylight, and you're not going to see where the lights are, what color the lights are, etc. This gives you more of a good perspective. So even at night, you get some things that you don't get just by looking. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, I back into trains. I mean, here's a perfect example of how something looks as far as the bridge. Um, yeah, you would get that on Street View per se. Um, I guess you'd get that on Street View beside it. So I suppose you wouldn't get the perspective so much. And there are places um, such as the bridge bridge over Jordan Harbor, for example, although that image is available out there. In fact, a lot of the bridges that you don't get to see often are visible if you know where to look. But not everything is. Not every building is. Not every, you know, whatever. Height differentials are another thing. It'll tell you what the height is for one, and then, you're not sure what to believe. So going in with the drone, finding out for yourself firsthand what the 3D world really looks like, that's, I think, a bonus. So, but anyways, I'm just blabbing on. What else is new? I'm enjoying the pictures. I continue to do. I wish the weather was better and I can keep doing it, because I enjoy going through and talking about what I'm seeing, etc. And if it's not going to work anymore, it's not going to work. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm a little down with that because I want to get the reach out there, but I don't want to necessarily fall into the trap of, yeah, I have to go into Facebook. Yeah, I got to do this. So hopefully I've got my friends helping me out, and then I can help them out. My directing, like, say for example, Paul Duncan, Niagara Rails. If he can update his site, I know he was tired today, but if he can do certain things to help me, I can try to help move people to him if he's interested. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying doing that. I just enjoy flying. It's just an unreal perspective, and you see so much more that you just don't get to see, and it's pretty cool. It's just a fun experience and a lot of fun. Yeah, there's not too much more to say really. Kind of lost for words, which is amazing. So I don't know what I was going to talk about, but other than the YouTube stuff, but there was something else I was going to talk about. I think it has a lot to do with it all stems around YouTube really. It's like, you know, now this was cool because Welland Yard, I mean, seeing what cars are in there for one, and just being able to get a nice view of Welland Yard, you can't get that anywhere. There's no street view that's going to give you that perspective. Yeah, you can have the top-down design of a Google Earth and seeing what it is, but just to see the types of cars that are in here, like for example, I still don't know why there's lumber cars in here. I haven't figured that one out yet. Um, I can't really tell what the auto racks. I know what these black and white cars are. They're going to Port Maitland. Ditto with the hoppers, I believe. Auto racks, I can see them storing, but I don't know why there's lumber cars in here. Tanks, I really can't tell. Ditto with the center beams. Who knows? But why lumber is stored in that yard is beyond me because there's no lumber industries other than CN has one, but I don't know. Beats me. Yeah, it gets a lot of detail. And then if you're, say, something's different on this side of the canal, like there's a certain feature with this that you can't see through street view, let's say, I know this is a bad example, but let's just say it, there's no roads over here. So for me to go over here, and I actually had some pictures of the signals and all that other stuff, and I turn around the other way, I can go as far as Iron Bridge and be able to pick that up. Iron Bridge, you can't even go back in there anymore. Apparently, the whole area is off limits as far as walking back in there um, behind GM. But anyways, I'm gonna quit blabbing for now. But you can see no, I'll say this that much. So you can see the perspective of the hill. At least in that shot, even this one, it's the tracks are here. You can tell for the most part, what's high, what's low, um, where the perspectives are. This is easy to tell, how high it goes up from here, probably. Although, the further away you are, the more difficult it is to really see what the